What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for the season finale of Love and Hip Hop Miami, season 3, episode 12, Full Circle. So after they do the recap, we get into Trick and Trina on their radio show. Okay, now before the whole thing that happened between Trick getting arrested or whatever, they had got offered to do a radio show, and I believe they had did 1 or 2 shows, and then he got arrested. So it was like within that first week of them actually being on, the air. That's when all that stuff went down with Trick. So the radio show was up in air as to what was going to happen, and I'm glad that they was able to bounce back like Trina said, because what I heard from them on there, this little snippet or whatever, they sounded nice. They sounded real nice and like they flowed real good. And Trick, he was in a better mood, and I'm glad to see that. He was saying that he liked radio has always been a passion of his or whatever, and so they want to do like this little launch party, whatever, having everybody together. Trina was telling him how he was glad that he was able to come and celebrate her mom with her. Her family enjoyed his food or whatever. He was like, yeah, they hood. they hood. I was like, all right, so I'm liking what we going with this episode so far. It's on a happy note, you know what I'm saying? We vibing, Trina gets into what happened between you and Joy. First thing I know, y'all was all cool and laughing and everything. Next thing I know, Joy has got tears coming out her eyes or whatever. So Trick was just basically like, I went to her room, and we wound up getting into this conversation about, she bringing up the past in our relationship, and she's always thinking about the past, because the past hurts, okay? And, sometimes our past do define us. So therefore, sometimes when we've been hurt in the past, we can't let go of that until we speak on it. And we can't gloss over the things that hurt us. And that's something that hurt her, I should say. And so therefore she put it out there and was like, you never say sorry. And I was like, she never gave me a chance to say sorry. So I'm like, I'm sorry if I ever hurt you, if I ever made you feel this way, if I ever did that. And Trina was like, oh my God, you said sorry? Yes, he said sorry, So everything is all to the good with them. And, they just looking forward to having this party. And I said, okay, we're going to end this on a high note, with them. Hopefully that storyline ends on a high note. I would like that. Because at the end of the day, you can't tell me, regardless of what's going on between, the fact that they gone through their issues, Joy still got love for Trick. I don't know if she's in love with him, but she still got mad love with him and for him. And I would not be surprised to see a couple of years down the road that they probably get back together. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I would like to see it if he get his shit together, because he's still in love with her. He is definitely still in love with her. Moving on from that, we get Tiny Tip and Prima Donna meeting up, okay? And they trying to figure out what happened between Prima Donna and Amara La Negra, okay, at Suki's brunch, And was like, this was supposed to be something about empowerment and whatever. She was like, listen, girl, I didn't even know that Amara had anything against me. Now, they flash back to when Tip and Amara was talking about the whole thing, how she felt about Prima Donna coming and bringing old girl in, and how she said all this stuff, and you just don't do no shit like that. Why would you do something like that? You just got to tell a person. And that's what Tip relayed to Prima Donna. And she was like, on some G stuff, you really don't feel like you should have told her, or gave her a warning, a heads up that Annie was coming. She was like, no, because first of all, we ain't on no sisterhood. I don't know her like that, but I gave her a fucking break, okay? And the only thing that happened that was bad up in there was the fact that she told her that he didn't have no job. That's it. That's the only bad thing that probably was said. So you mean to tell me you let that, break up your relationship? And from what I heard, she went home and she broke up with the motherfucker, okay? Because that goes to show that you really wasn't trying to be with that man, and you used that as your tipping point and as your reason to break up with him. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can see how you think that way. You know what I'm saying? Because if your relationship was strong, and even though you felt some type of way, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't have went home and just went back off of somebody an ex word that from years ago. Okay, years ago. People do change, and even though I feel like MJ was on some shit, Amara could have just, been like, listen, bitch, let's sit down and actually have a conversation. Okay, she came in guns full blazing, and she was already ready to pull the trigger. So, I feel when Prima Donna coming from right in there. She was like the bitch always playing victim. She called her Amara La victim, okay? And she was like, you know what? It is what it is. She said, I'm gonna have to talk to MJ because you just let her know she don't fucking want you. I said, oh, this shit is about to get fucking messy, y'all. I said, really? Really? Amara always found herself in some shit each season. Each season. Okay? Remember how, we actually, some of y'all caught on early that y'all, some flaws within Amara. But, I don't totally dislike her, and it's not I dislike her. I think that she gets annoying. She's annoying at a certain point, okay? And this season, she has been annoying to me. She really has. Y'all give me y'all opinion. Whew, Joy and freaking Trick Daddy. If y'all don't stop playing with us and just go ahead and get back together, because at this point, that's what it's looking like. But then again, they look like they can be really, really good friends. And that's where I feel like Joy is trying to come from. She goes over to Trick Daddy house. He cooking. She like, damn, you cooking up the whole house? What's going on? And she comes over with some spinach, probably some kale or whatever. She was like, I want you to try this or whatever. Be a little bit more healthier. And here, get some fruit, He was like, I ain't finna eat them fruits. I ain't finna eat that. She was like, bitch, you used to eat them off of me. I said, bitch, okay, throw that up in there, Joy. He was like, listen, I ain't trying to eat it the way you presented it to me. Okay. So basically, I said, well, Joy, strip down and let him... Let him eat a strawberry off your titty. I don't know. Like, you got to give a nigga incentives these days. Let me stop playing. But no, she was like, okay, so since you're not listening to me, I got a friend that's coming over here, and she finna come over here in the house and talk to your ass or whatever. He was like, first of all, who you coming up in my house? Who you got coming up in my house? She said, bitch, first of all, I ain't gotta tell you nobody who coming up in this house because my name is still on this house and therefore it's still my house. You can call the cops and they won't take me out because my name is still on this house. But anyway, what wound up happening is AJ Johnson come there. Shireen from House Party, okay, Jody Mama from Baby Boy. Jody! But anyway, mama gotta have a light too. Hold me tight. I'm finna go watch that shit, bitch. I ain't seen Baby Boy, babe. BT, you slacking, okay? You slacking. You ain't been paying Baby Boy the way that you been doing back and forth. It's probably on BT Plus. I gotta go look and see. I got the DVD over there. But anyway, moving on from that, AJ, she changed her whole lifestyle around. She's still an actress sometimes, but mostly she's a full-time some like life coach / nutritionist. Okay. She come in and she already knew Joy. She already knew Trick from back in the day. So they cool, they friends. And that's why she feel comfortable enough around them to do all of this. And basically, Joy brought her in because if he won't speak or he won't listen to anybody else, he will probably listen to somebody that's a close friend to them and who knows exactly who they're talking to, what they're talking about, and can actually give him some pointers and get him to get on the right track or at least attempt to. And all of this is all an effort to try to save him, or not necessarily save him, but get him on the right path, because the path that he's going down now is a dangerous one. Because if you're eating all this negative stuff, all this fatty stuff, all this, greasy fried stuff and junk food and everything, and you're not even balancing the shit out with a little bit of green here, fruit there, and you have this illness that is attacking your organs or whatever, and you're not really doing nothing to keep it in play, but you're self-medicating and all this stuff, you need to, if you're not going to take the medication that you need to be on, you at least need to change your diet. That's where they coming from. You know what I'm saying? And, AJ went through the pantry, and while they going through the pantry taking out all the stuff, bitch, when she opened up that refrigerator, I said, is some pickled eggs and pickled sausage and pickled this and pickled that? Girl, I said, country. All I saw was my granddad face flash before my eyes because he eat all that pickled figs, pickle this, pickle that. Girl, I was like, granddaddy, you are so country. That is what you eat, like, for real. My little sister be eating that shit too. Like, I feel like, cause she used to, my grandparents used to babysit her when she was younger, and they used to feed her all that shit. I mean, they did that shit. They tried to do that shit to us, but we didn't do all of that. But this time, I said, what the hell? Nah, girl, we ain't got time for that. But, anyway, they trying to get him to eat right, and he's standing there eating what look like a honey bun or something right in front of their face. Okay, and then they trying to get to the bottom of, Joy, why do you care so much? Why you want him to be healthy and all this stuff? She was like, cause you got kids, and I just want you to be here, and you got kids, you got a daughter, you got a son, we got god kids and stuff like that, and you need to be here and be right or whatever. And AJ sees the dysfunction that's going on. She was like, it's a lot of pain, it's a lot of anger, and she didn't say love yet, because that's what she wants them to come to realize, that the reason why you doing all of this stuff, especially you, Joy, even though she didn't say it, it's because she still loves that man. That man is still, regardless of the fact that, they gone through their hurt and their pain or whatever, that they put each other through. I'm not just going to put it on him. They still care for each other. They still love each other, even if Joy won't put out those words, because it took her a while to get to the point where AJ was like, why are you doing it? Why is it affecting you? Because it's affecting me, because I want him to be here, because I want him to live, because he got this and he needs to be here and I care and all this stuff. But she never would say, I love you. And he caught on to that, because he was like, see, I love her and I can say that I love her, but she don't love me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, Trick, if she didn't love you, she didn't care, she wouldn't be going through all this shit for you, trying to get you to get better. And then you talking about something, you went to the doctor and you found out that you had severe sleep apnea. Baby, do you know what sleep apnea is? Sleep apnea is when you go to sleep at night and you stop breathing. Okay? And sometimes people don't start breathing again. They can die, you can die in your sleep. Okay? You need a CPAP machine and all that shit. My mom had to go through that shit. Girl, it's a mess. It's a mess. Okay? That's a scary thought, to go to sleep and to realize that you stop breathing multiple times throughout the night. Okay? And so it's a lot of pain that they need to address. And just like Trina told Trick, maybe y'all need to sit down and have an actual conversation and just hear each other out and put everything on the table. And, I'm glad that they had a little breakthrough. I'm glad that AJ was able to come in and get him a little breakthrough, whatever, because all that it comes down to is Joy really do care about Trick. Trick do care about Joy, but Trick just don't know how to show it in a proper way sometimes, okay? And all Joy really wanted was for him to acknowledge his faults and, what played a role into the demise of their relationship, and, the lack of affection or love that she did not feel from him, that he did not give, that he probably did not know how to give, and that's all that she really wanted, and want him to be better. I was sitting here like, oh, that shit got deep. It got cheap. When she started crying, I said, girl, there you go. You don't cry about somebody that you just care about, bitch. You love that man. So, we get this scene with Suki. Okay, listen, Suki, bitch. Let me tell you something, girl. I seen your little video for the flip the switch challenge. You took it too far, okay? You took it too far. She was in in the bathroom with her nigga at the time. Oh, did I put an ER at the end of that? That sounded really racist. Okay. With her dude at the time, or whoever he was, and when they flipped the script, bitch, they was up there fucking in the bathroom. We ain't need to see all that. And then we gonna get this first scene of you with your kids, okay? And let me just tell you this, I'm not here to police what people wear, but god damn, around the kids, I mean, you could at least put on some more shorts or whatever that actually covered up your ass a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? You taking them out, but I'm glad that you out here, and I actually glad that she, is actively out here talking about her kids on this show, regardless of her antics. And showing that she do care about them. Her kids have to be with her grandmother for the simple fact that she's always out and she's always, trying to do this music thing or whatever. And I do love the conversation about the fact that, the young girl is taking pride in herself. I love that. And, they was just saying how they missed her. And, she was like, let's move to Miami. Girl, you want to move to Miami? And then Suki talked about saying, when I get situated or whatever, we're going to get this tour bus and we just going to go everywhere and all this stuff. I said, you ain't finna take them kids on tour with you. Not at your shit. They going to be, but okay. I see what you're trying to do. She really wants to spend more time with her kids, but she's sacrificing that time like a lot of people do, especially mothers, they go out here, they work, and, they have to sacrifice their time with their kids. This is what the life of working mothers or working parents do, and I'm glad that the kids still showing that they still love her and want to be around her and trying to somewhat understand the reason why mama is gone and we have to be with grandma a lot. And, the way the little boy face lit up when the little Sunday came out, that big ass Sunday came out, I said that was really nice. That was a cute little scene. Then we get Hood Brat. She's at her place of employment cleaning up, and then here come Kenny knocking on the door, and she was like, ugh. Okay. I said, go ahead and let him in because you're going to let him back into your life. It is what it is. And I ain't even mad. For some reason, girl, I'm not 100% extremely pissed off at Kenny. I am pissed off at him because, bitch, when you said that, I didn't feel like that really mattered, that I needed to tell you that I was married. Yes, it does. Regardless of the fact that you may be in a certain state in your marriage. Oh, that was a piece of hair. A certain state in your marriage, whether y'all really together, you're separated, you on a way to get a divorce, or you newly getting a divorce or whatever, and it's just paperwork between y'all, you still should have divulged that information to her. And that's what he came to realize. And he told her that, I should have said something regardless of what it is. It's just this paper that's keeping us together legally. You know what I'm saying? And I should have said something, and I really want you in my life and all this stuff. She was like, you're supposed to be there to protect me. You're supposed to be there to build me up and all that stuff. I was like, go ahead. I couldn't even, I'm mad at myself because I couldn't stay mad because I actually want to see them together. I said, because Kenny, you were a good dude before we found out this little blip. This little blip that can turn into a big blip. Now, bitch, by the time the reunion get filmed, which I'm pretty sure they already did, and by the time we see it on TV, it better come out that y'all divorced, okay? Of course, Hood Brad was like, all right. I was like, of course. So it's time for Trina and Trick's release party, or I should say launch party of their radio station. And, Trick gets on the mic. Everybody is there having a good time. They give a little speech, and then Trina gets on the mic. And she just says, this year has been rough. The past year has been rough. Earlier this year has been rough, but she made it through it. She gonna get through it continuously. And, her album is going to be back on the iTunes charts or whatever, back on the streaming program, platforms, whatever. So, of course, she's happy about that. Things are looking up for Trick and Trina right about now. Trick, he's over there talking to Briscoe. Briscoe talking about how, him and Shello, they getting everything back together. They're working towards getting their future together, getting their relationship back on track. She's about to move in or has moved in with him, so he just, I love the way that he came onto this show and he used the platform correctly. He didn't come on trying to act all hard, trying to be so fucking extra or whatever. No, he came on and he said, bitch, I'm going to show you that I learned my lesson. I'm a changed person and I'm going to work towards it. I'm not perfect, but I'm working towards it. And that is what he's doing. And that's why he's one of my favorites on the show right about now. And I hope he continues with this. He was one of the more positive people on the show, okay? Throughout all the people that we had, he was the most positive one, I feel like. Because he really didn't get into any drama. He really didn't get into drama. Like, you have a lot of new cast members that come on trying to make their voice heard and be known and all this stuff and stand out and try too hard. He didn't do that. So I appreciate that. So Amara, nope. What's her name? Bucky go over there trying to talk to, Prima Donna and see what's going on, with this whole situation between Amara and MJ and her bringing Annie up in there. And she was like, listen, I understand, what's going on or whatever. And you may feel about Amara, your sister-in-law, or whoever the fuck it is that she is to you. But this whole thing about Annie coming into the picture, that was nothing but an excuse for her to come on and to break up with that man. She really don't want your brother. That's basically what it is. She wants somebody that's more financially stable, and it is what it is, okay? And at this point, Bucky started walking away and was like, even though I'm taking a break from Amara, I feel like that's what she wants anyway, but then that's okay, but I still need to hear it from her and see exactly where we're coming from. So she go over there talking to Amara, and she was like, my brother, he getting this impression, regardless of what's going on between y'all, I just feel like he's getting this impression like he got hope that y'all gonna get back together. And it's like, it's okay if you don't want him because, know, he's not financially stable or whatever, but he was good enough to be in the house with you. He was good enough to do this for you. He was good enough to do that for you or whatever. But if you don't want to be, that's fine or whatever, you know. And she was like, yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out things and all this stuff. And I do want somebody that's financially stable and all this shit. And at this point, I'm just trying to figure out, like, Bucky, why are you involving yourself in this shit and making it bigger than what it is? Let them figure out their relationship themselves. And I understand that her brother probably saying some stuff to him too, to her too. But still, you should say, this ain't my relationship. This is your relationship, okay? It was like, you know, she still cares about Amara. She still wants them to be together. But you got to let them handle this shit the way that they want to handle it, okay? And just butt out. That's all I can say about it. Just butt out. Girls, the Ghetto, okay? The Ghetto jumped out of Amada and Prima Donna, okay? For real, for real. First of all, we get this nice ass scene. That's this full circle ass scene. That's exactly why the episode is called Full Circle. This is one of the reasons between Trick and Joy, okay? Joy was like, look at all of this stuff that you did for everybody. You see this? You see this? You know, you've been nice, you've been sweet or whatever. And I'm just like, want you to just continue on this path. And then if you can do that, you know, we can work on going to counseling and then maybe work on our relationship or whatever. Because at the end of the day, I feel right about now that there's really no other woman, no one else for you but me. So, I mean, we've been talking every day and you've been sweet or whatever. We've been talking more often. And if you keep that up, I mean, who knows what can happen? It was like, can I get a hug? No, before you can get the hug, you got to agree to this. She was like, see, we was just saying how you be there for everybody and everybody trying to be there for you. And so he gave her a hug and all that stuff. He was like, wait a minute, you ain't got no panties on? I was like, Trick, leave it a Trick. So that was cute. I really like that. See, I told y'all, get them a couple of years. Get them a couple of years. They're going to be back. They're going to be back together. But next thing you fucking know, Prima Donna is over there. First of all, did Chameleon have on Suki clothes that she wore to the restaurant with her kids? I don't know, but it looked like it. Could be different. But anyway, everybody's vibing and having a good time. Next thing you know, Amada's over there with MJ. She said, listen, MJ, can we talk? Okay? And I was like, okay, cool. To be quite honest, this not the place, this not the time. I don't know why y'all always try to wait till somebody event where y'all see each other. At least take each other outside and do that shit outside. But I don't really think MJ would have started a scene like that, you know, because he was sitting down there minding his own business. He wasn't trying to approach Amara. He wasn't trying to bother her, so I give him that, you know what I'm saying? He was sitting there like a little sick-ass puppy. He really was. He was smoking his hookah like... I was like, God damn. Okay, you know, so at this point, Prima Donna comes over there. Before Amada and MJ could even get anything out, Prima Donna comes over there and she popped this whole thing off. Now, see, Prima Donna, you was doing the fucking most. You was doing the fucking most, okay? I don't care, and that's one thing that I don't get. I'm all here for people hashing out their shit. Y'all get into fights or whatever. That's what we watch these shows for. But I can't stand when y'all do this shit at other people's events, and the events be going really, really well, and all of a sudden you want to come in and you want to start your mess. Okay, you could have waited, or you could have brought that shit outside. All right, you know, the girl don't want to talk to you. What is your problem? Why are you going over there trying so hard to, you know, break up something that it really doesn't concern you? It really doesn't concern you at this point. You should have been over and done with it. Okay, that's what I feel like. You know, she wanted to put Amada on blast. Bitch, they going back and forth. Bucky trying to tell her, no, you don't speak to him. All right, that's her man. Let them. And I actually was on Bucky's side on this part when she was like, but that's their business. That's their business. Even if she don't want to be with him, even if she want to be with somebody that got some more money or more finances or whatever, that's their business. Let them figure that out. And I agree with that. I said, bitch, am I agreeing with Shay? Girl, I called her real name, Shay. Okay, but next thing you know, she was like, "That's a man." He was like, "Yes, that's my man. That's my man." Okay. Next thing you know, They going back and forth, and Prima Donna throws a goddamn drink on Amada, and Amada started trying to go for her, so they trying to go for each other. Security breaking them up and all that stuff. Cunts being put out there, all these words in Spanish and everything. Bitch, at one point, Prima Donna said, "Tell her, go away, Telemundo." I said, bitch, no you didn't. No, you fucking didn't. I chuckled, bitch. But don't hate on Telemundo, because even though I can't understand all the shit that they be saying, some of their programs be on there be good as shit, okay? Entertaining. Bitch, I said, girl, if y'all really, Trina's trying to figure out what's going on, because at this point, Amada is going on. And Amada's accent left the fucking building. I don't give a fuck about this shit, bitch. Always over here talking about me. All these motherfucking crunchy ass bitches always trying to come for me, bitch. Because I'm getting endorsements and I'm up here trying to live my motherfucking life and build my shit up, bitch. And you bitches over there coming for me and all this shit. I said, damn. Where that accent go? Nowhere to be fucking found at this point. I said mama was fucking pissed. Girl, she called her Party City wig on, and Amada was shaking that thing. That bitch was secure as fuck. I said, okay. And at the end of the day, not at the end of the day, but, you know, MJ started coming over there. He was trying to get in the midst of it. Bucky, I was about to go, and I said, Bucky, bitch, what the fuck you doing? Shay said, no, girl, this is not between you and him, you and them. This is between them two. Get out of women's business or whatever. And I was like, okay, I can appreciate that. Move the fuck back, because he was finna get mad and get into it or whatever with Pre and them. But he did eventually say, it don't matter what she want. Okay, next thing you know, Pre said that, bitch, all I was trying to do was fucking care for you, okay? I was just trying to be there for you, bitch. You the one that's up there telling me and everything about Julian trying to sneak into your bed or whatever. But what you did say to that man was about how you been fucking him, and I got the fucking text. I got the goddamn receipts or whatever. You want to see the receipts? Amada was like, bitch, show me the receipts. Okay, bitch, what receipts? You ain't got nothing. She really wasn't sweat by that. Okay, she really wasn't swayed by that. And I was like, so is it really true? Bitch, Trina heard that shit and she was like, Julian and Amada? Truth be told, I can see it. It could have happened prior to MJ and Amada being together. It could have happened. That's probably why he felt comfortable enough to get up in her bed. We don't know, okay? But I'm not putting nothing past anybody. But bitch, at this point, MJ stood up and said, bitch, I don't give a fuck what happened. At the end of the day, that's mine. I'm about shooting. But she was like, but you coming at me and I got a whole ass husband. And it was like, that's fine. You got a whole ass husband, but she about to be my motherfucking wife. I was like, you know what? Any other occasion, MJ, I wouldn't be here for you talking all possessive like this. But for some reason, I was here for him standing up for. I was here for it. I was like, all right, you know. She was like, he said, bitch, you ain't finna make me look like a clown and make her look like a clown. I said, in a sense, y'all probably do. But, you know, all y'all doing clown activities right about now at these people's events, just cutting the fuck up. And then when Prima Donna was like, let's fight, let's fist fight, it was like, what you gonna do? You over there? Amada said, come over here, jog over here if you can, bitch. I was just sitting here like, what the fuck is going on? Amada was getting zingers in, Pre was getting zingers in, and I said, take y'all asses out. And then when they was leaving, Prima Donna was like, and you know you want to fuck eat my pussy or whatever for $50. That's what you do. That's what you do. But you can't handle this. And the model was like, fuck you, bitch. And they just walked out. I said, what? This was some ghetto shit. Now, you would have thought Suki and them would have been the one doing some shit like this, turn the fuck up. But no, the two people that got the most to lose on the fucking show, the one that's doing it. And bitch, where the fuck is Jocelyn? Girl. So the end of the episode was basically what everybody's doing. We got Amada, you know, basically like she gonna be doing her own shit. She tired of people telling her what to do, so she doing her, okay? We got Trina saying how, you know, this year been rough, but, you know, she's looking at things differently and she's going to take more charge and, you know, still go out there, make her mama proud, and she's glad that her album is back out, okay? It's giving her aspirations to move forward, you know? Suki, you know, being a single mom, this drive is making her go harder and everything to do what she got to do and put on for her city. She got people behind her, whatever, so she can be there for her kids. Hood brat, she finally went to her sister's grave because she felt like she didn't have anything to accomplish yet. But now that she do, she feel like she can go to the grave and, you know, her sister will be proud of her and all that. Joy, she happy that Trick has been showing, some improvements or whatever. So now she's giving him a chance to work on their relationship and whatever. And Trick is, seeing how Joy made him feel real good, and see that everybody, was rooting for him, and how he affected being diagnosed with lupus didn't just affect him, it affected everybody, and how everybody feel about him. I was like, and Briscoe, he been there with his family and, getting all back together. I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for Briscoe and Cello, and I'm rooting for Trick and Joy. Who would have fucking thought? Yay! But anyway, that was Love and Hip Hop Miami. You guys tell me how you felt about it, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.